What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Life and Times of Tyrone Wilson. Again, we're going beyond Ready to Love to have a heart to heart with the lovely Ina Lee, also known
Hey.
as Christina from Ready to Love.
Yes.
Um, I always like to start with this question. How are you doing?
Oh man, I'm amazing. I'm so blessed and highly favored. God protect my family, so I can't complain.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you again. I'm gonna ask you again a little bit later.
Oh,
Tell me about yourself. Tell me about young Christina and
young Christina.
yeah, and how you got here to this point right now.
Okay. What do you want first? Young Christina, and then who Christina is now,
Yeah,
or Christina and then young?
what was life like growing up, family, siblings,
Okay.
neighborhood environment?
It was full, extremely diverse. It was kind of like a universal poor.
Hmm.
My mom being from Joy Road, because it's real out here. What up, though? And
Hmm.
rooted. They've been there. My
Hmm.
granddaddy lived there forever. We lived on Joy Road in Greenview, Joy Road in Terry. My family lived on Warwick forever. Few folks
Hmm.
say my parents are legends. So
Okay.
ask T Grizzly Mama, she'll tell you.
Okay.
um, so we had that urban Detroit real life, and then I also had my father's whole other side. My daddy's Filipino and Chinese. He's come from Cebu, Philippines, descendant of the king. My third great grandfather is Sultan Lapu-Lapu, who's the first war hero of the Philippines. Also, my family in California is all like Filipino or Blasian, or just a lot of mixtures that allowed you to tap into different worlds, not just the urban world, but now the Asian world. Or now when I lived in the country or live in the country, it's, a different type of world in a sense.
Hmm. Hmm.
Or at least perspectively.
Hmm. Do you think that had any effect on you growing up as far as, external looks and things like that?
Oh, absolutely. I believe that unless you have a very solid core foundation building you up, you're kind of subjected to your environment, right? And your environment sometimes is focused on what they're used to seeing or what they're used to accepting. So,
Hmm.
for some areas, when I was growing up at Jackson Elementary, or even not even so much at Shanos, but like I can't remember the other one. I was too light skinned to be black. What
Hmm.
you mean? My
Uh,
baby, I promise you, if I'm around white folks, excuse me, Caucasian folks, if I'm around them
uh-huh.
Caucasian folks, if I'm around them Asian folks, I'm too black to be Asian. So
Uh-huh.
at this point, it was like, man, I'm so glad God love me. I'm so glad God love me, because you ain't for everybody.
So you had to you feel like you had to switch it up a lot around family, depending on which family you was with?
No, no,
Uh-huh.
no, not at all. Especially because my family, especially my aunts and my uncles, oh my God, they love me. So I didn't
Hmm.
feel like there was a difference until I went to, what is it called? I used to play in the PBA, that's the Filipino Basketball Association, because baby
Hmm.
girl can't get there. But I used to play in there, and I could tell that although we were very, very welcome because our family was respected, especially from my father being a coach in the league and actually winning the championship. Go PBAA. If you're around Ronda Moscow time, y'all know what it is. But we definitely got to be embraced. But for me, I felt like it was to a certain extent. And I don't
Okay.
know necessarily if it was because I was a little more black, or if I was, or I hung with the other guys, because I had a lot of
Hmm.
brothers. So I was
Hmm.
around some other guys, and girls like them guys. So what are you doing around them? you know,
How many
you never
total
know.
siblings did you have?
It was five of us. Yeah,
Five.
it's three boys and two girls. Yep, my sister, shout out J.M. Pozon.
Uh-huh.
She's an author and in a movie we'll talk about later, that created a movie that I'm in. So we'll talk
Uh-huh.
about that too.
For sure. That's what's up. You're the oldest, youngest, in the middle?
No, I'm the second from the youngest. Yeah. We have a little brother, and then I have two older brothers and my sister.
Mhm. Do you feel like you were spoiled growing up?
I mean, listen, some would say I was spoiled, but like in the reference of the world, but in the way of my brothers and sisters, no, I was not spoiled. My little brother, he was the spoiled one. My sister, in my opinion, she was the spoiled one. You know,
Well,
I don't think I'm spoiled.
maybe I'll ask her one day because I know about them young ones,
No, she's the
the
older sister.
babies. No, I'm saying I know about the babies. They like to really take care of the babies. I'm the oldest. This
Yes.
is why I'm saying that, so I have a little bit of bias.
Well, our story is a vast one
Uh-huh.
with many different layers, like we've spoken about.
hmm I have been listening to to your music almost all day for the last couple of days, and
Oh,
also you probably know that I watched a lot of film on the season to prep for the panel,
yeah.
and I'm noticing that there's a lot. How do I explain it? Your music comes out through you on screen, and I would say for the people that have listened to your music, a lot of it is gonna make sense. How you feel about that?
I feel like that is so spot on. And I feel like because, like I said in a previous interview, I kind of focused on one thing at a time. So it was just all
Mhm,
music. Then when I hopped into this, it was a lot of filming.
mhm,
So you can't really be in studio or even in that mental mindset of, because then you'll be trying to get there while you go on there. And
mhm,
the reality was, I did not realize until I listened back, all you had to do was listen to my music. I say everything that y'all felt about me in my music. So one thing for certain, I can be grateful because this is what I asked God. I asked God before I went on that show to please God, please help me and allow me to be my most self.
mhm,
I've always felt like, and I won't say always, let me take that back, reel it in. We weren't perfect. We didn't get here from being perfect. We got here from going through the struggle of imperfections.
mhm,
I was at a point where at one point in my life, I had everything. I was a very well kept woman. When I tell
mhm.
you, $2,300 bags, $1,500 boots,
I know.
$10,000 mattress, Atlanta, just living in a Buckhead apartment.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that song's called what was it called? Millie?
Oh, no, 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 no. That was my aspirations for myself. If I
Okay.
got $1 million,
Yeah,
hey.
yeah, 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 yeah.
No, this was my real life.
Okay.
So, like at 21, I was just being, and I was in a relationship for like 2 years. And the reality was, by the time I was done with that relationship, I realized, ugh, who am I? Was I just being somebody for you? And I'm so grateful that at 21, I've learned that lesson to the point where money ain't everything. All good money ain't good money. You understand what I'm saying? So with that reality, we focusing on character. We focusing on consideration. We focusing on the real things that matter. Cause when Trump decide to do whatever he wants to do with the dollar, what you gonna got have? You gotta, are you intelligent? If you can pay, if you would like look at the options that we have, I promise you, I was entertained by the most intelligent ones.
Mhm.
Like at the point where Bella, oh, did you make me remind you of what you told me? And we got to go into that because them
Okay.
edits had me looking like, y'all playing with me because y'all know it must have been too easy. It had to be, because that is not how the conversation went. Like this journey over the 6 episodes out of 12 I was on, it made me
Mhm,
realize, whoa, number one, the different perspectives that are out there. Number two, be cautious because a narrative can be made out of a portion of context. Now, like
mhm,
it's like, yeah, part of it's true, but if you don't have the full context, you're only building a narrative. And
mhm.
that's something that we saw very clearly.
So to be clear, on the panel, the guys were like, we see what's going on right now, especially what was a scene with you and Bello in the kitchen when you're going to
Hmm.
the house for the first time. My perspective on that was you are trying to get Bello to be truthful about something. And
Hmm.
from that moment on, I was like, I feel like Bello is moving like somebody's watching,
Yeah.
because like I know when a guy's interested, I know when a guy's like trying to hide something. And he just looked like, and correct me if I'm wrong, he looked like he wasn't truthful to one of the connections and didn't know that they were both going to be in the same place at the same
Oh,
time.
baby, let me tell you. Here's some details. The show's a
Hmm.
wrap. So, number one, the fact that before all of us even were in the house, there was pre-production, okay? The
Hmm.
pre-production was I showed up late on accident. I'd be late sometimes, y'all, but it's
Hmm.
worth it. I showed up late, and when I got there, I'm like, whoa, who's
Hmm.
all on the date? Now I
Uh-huh.
see in the garage, in Dominique's garage, just awaiting, is uh Chris and Devon, and then Bella walks up. I'm like, oh, we're all here. This is very
Hmm.
interesting. So for me, you know, they didn't show a lot of it because it would have kind of broken the tight knit of their relationship or the narrative
Hmm.
of their relationship. Cause stop playing with me. You know I'm not chasing nobody. I ain't asking no man for nothing. They offering because they want to impress me. Stop it.
So to be clear, was there something actually brewing with Bello at that time?
So I enjoyed Bello's conversation. And like
Hmm.
Ashante can attest to, they have brilliant conversation. And I think that because he has a lot of goals, he has a lot of aspirations. And as we all do, we're working in that, we're working in that direction to become what we believe ourselves to be. So
Hmm.
I understood Bello in a way that he was relating to me from his upbringing that reminded me a lot about my how my father came into America and then had a hard upbringing being Filipino
Hmm.
in a hood. They looking at him like little Chinese man, little Mexican. But they
Hmm.
like, what? You know what I'm saying? So my daddy, he did his thing. So it's real out here. But at the end of the day, you got to understand that Bello was attempting to put his best foot forward, as we all were. And I
Hmm.
also feel like Bello didn't get the opportunity to do that completely because he kind of locked in a sense. Me and
Yeah.
Bello got to learn about our family relationships. We got to learn about his upbringing that, like, again, I said, was similar to my dad's. We got to learn about um how we are now. And it was a lot of similarities. It was a lot of character. Look at my nephew in here. Hold on a second. Um, it was a lot of things that I felt like we had in common. And even when we were on the phone for like 3 hours. He was heading to Toronto to go. This is when the conversation about the money happened. Okay. Or not the money, but the massage. So
Hmm.
he wanted to talk to me because he's like, hey, I would like to have a good conversation. Mind you, we've been talking on the phone for hours prior to this, multiple days. So Dominique was never, in my mind, a big, loud, oh, that they're one. You know what I'm saying? I could see it, but that wasn't visible at that time.
Hmm.
Um, he talked to me for 3 hours. I mean, for 3 hours on the way to Toronto, and on the way back, he wanted to talk to me, and I'm like, "Hey, I actually can't talk right now. I'm taking my son and my nephew to the Skilla Baby concert, their first concert. They ended up backstage and on stage, all of that, right? Because of me and my connection. So people can't act like I don't be doing stuff and I don't be places already. It's weird. Just check my page. But at the end of the day, um, he wanted to talk. I told him we couldn't. We get to the ladies' lounge, and it was a whole like, okay, before the ladies' lounge at Dominique's house, it was like, oh, it was so surprising to me that y'all had this deep of a connection. I thought it was like, let's see, or maybe we both like these people, and maybe we're about to figure out and fill out who was the real connection, right? But that's when I was asking everybody who, because I told Dominique, I said, "Oh, but Dominique, this food looks so good. Is this from like your background?" She was like, "Girl, this food is Jamaican, and I do not eat Jamaican." And I was like, "Oh," she said, "This is somebody's favorite food." I said, "Oh, mind you, Devon was already there. His nose was all sweating." I was like, mind you, Devon already took care of the massage. So now I'm looking at him like, "What are you doing in
Uh-huh.
here? I
Uh-huh.
don't like it. What's happening?" So I was in Devon's face. Devon was about to
Uh-huh.
get a plate made. Hold on. I'll be fast forward. Okay. So everybody came in, got a shot. We came upstairs, we got a shot, we all made a toast, and then we took the shot. Okay. This last doorbell rings and they don't come up. She said, "Oh, let me bring them their shot." I said, "Oh, I could only imagine whose favorite food is Jamaican." So I already asked Devon. He was like, "Nope, it ain't mine. I don't like Jamaican like that." Then I asked Chris. Chris was like, what did he say? He said, "Oh yeah, I love Jamaican." But Devon was like, "Oh, but is it your favorite food?" He was like, "Nah, it's not my favorite food." We said, "Okay, cool." She goes downstairs. They take a minute. I'm like, already in my head, you took too long for a hello. In my mind, when she went downstairs, that was way too long for hello. So in my mind, oh, it's extra love there. I don't know what happened down there. I'm not gonna speculate, but I know that it was some extra love there because it was a different routine than the rest of the pack. Okay. Then they come up together all cheesing. And I said, "Oh, Bello, let me guess. Is your favorite food Jamaican?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, okay." At that point, we're done. We are done. There's nothing else we need to talk about. And when I tell you there was nothing else we need to talk about, I was in Devon's face so tough. I was just like this. If you remember in Bello's interview or whatever, confessional,
I
he
didn't see
says,
it yet. Oh,
okay, but it's on the
okay.
from
On
on
the show.
OWN. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, I didn't know where to go because I didn't know who to talk to." And they showed Dominique talking to Chris, and he saw me talking to Devon. But let me tell you how that went. Me and Devon was so locked in our conversation. I promise you, he kept trying to throw a word in, and when he spoke, I let Devon answer. I'm not part of y'all conversation. This is a man's conversation. I'm sitting with my man. What are you talking about? Then he sits there and calls my name. I look at him. And then I just go back to Devon. So we understand this is a purposeful thing. You can feel me. I don't got to say nothing. So at the point where I'm saying something, it's because these producers, I grab my plate and Devon's plate and I go take it to the, to go discard of it. And what I ain't gonna say which one, but one of the producers, homegirl, hey, she says, "All right, Christina, we're gonna go ahead and send Bello in there with you." I was like, "Oh, why?" I said, "There is no need." She was like, "No, come on, we're gonna send Bello in." I said, "Well, listen, if you're gonna send Bello in, you might want to send some cameras because baby girl, I'm not about to play with him." The reason why I'm not about to play with you is because Nachi was on the phone with me for 3 hours talking about oh man, going to pick up a check is what he told me. Talking about hey, listen, I really want to go, I really want to send us on a couples massage. I said, "Oh, now they ain't even allowing that. That's already in the rules." He was like, "Okay, you right. Well, do you want to go and I just book it for you?" I said, "Sure." He was like, "Well, call me tomorrow or text me tomorrow and we'll book it tomorrow."
Mhm.
So when I text him, "Hey, how was the trip back?" Because remember I told you I didn't get to talk to him when he went to talk on the way
Mhm.
back. So I text him like, "Hey, how was your trip? Did you make it back? And also, did you still want to book the massage?" This man, Bella, we cool now. But I would tell
Mhm.
y'all, this man got the nerve to say, "Hey, my trip was well, and yes, I did make it back. How was your day?" Do we have selective reading as well?
Mhm.
That's crazy that's a crazy thought for me
Mhm.
that you want me to remind you of what you said to me. So when he
Mhm.
came, it was like, "Well, how do I say this to you other than I mean, I couldn't, I should have said instead of I couldn't have got a massage in the evening, it should have been
Mhm.
more on the lines of, well, listen, why am I reminding you of what you said you were going to do?" And that's the problem.
Okay, I definitely noticed something was off because
Yeah.
I think you walked in the room talking about Cece. And I
Oh
was like,
yes.
who the heck is Cece?
Because listen, how am I knowing this man name or his nickname, his whatever his where that name came from if I'm not building with this man? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so for you to make it seem like we're this ultimate power couple about to emerge, and you got a whole little
Hmm.
honey dumpling cooking you some oxtails. Oh man.
So I got the clip. If you want me to play it, we don't have to play it.
Sure, sure.
But I got the clip.
He said, but I
Hold
got the
on.
clip.
Of course,
I'm
I
glad you're
got the
super
clip.
tech savvy.
Ready? It's about 2 minutes. Y'all ready?
That's fine. How you doing, Cece?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
This first time I'm seeing you tonight.
It's been a minute since I've seen you.
Yeah, I know. We had some phone conversations though.
Yeah, this is
Some
true.
long ones.
Yes. Yes.
Like I'm like, dang, we on the phone for like damn near 2 hours. I don't know. I feel like I should have had a 2 hour conversation with someone else. Watching Bello and Dominique interact, it's very clear that he is into her. But even if that is the case, he can still make me feel special. So we definitely have to discuss the elephant in the room.
Why?
I'm a sharpshooter, baby. I'm gonna tell you how I feel.
So you don't feel like I show you love?
You have to be on the phone like 2 hours. In one of those conversations I told you, men care about their money, right? And in order for a man to show he really cares, he has to spend some money. So for me, I asked 3 different men. My body's so sore, I feel like I need a massage. One answer was, dang, I would love to, but I'm not in the position right now. I understand that. Oh my God, you're used to a $300 massage? Let me send you $150. Matter of fact, here's $180 because that's what I have to offer. That's a real ass answer. Not gonna call your answer weak, but you didn't get one.
No, I did give an answer.
Nope. You responded with, oh, I didn't even see this.
You said that you felt like you wanted a massage in the morning. I didn't get the message till 3 p.m.
Do you think that I couldn't get a massage in the evening? If a man wants to come and take care of me, you gotta understand what that entails, right?
This situation made Christina drop on my list just because she just seems like she wants my money. And if that is the narrative of the relationship, I gotta recalibrate.
And I'm just giving you where my perspective is so that you can either align with what you really want or gracefully bow out, because I don't play games. I feel like if you are unable to make me feel special, like I stand out from the bunch, then I don't know if I'm yours. So it's not a competition, baby. And if you ain't him, I understand, because I'm her in my world. I freaking love that I said that because I truly believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like they clipped so much, but the point still came across. Now, what I will say is number one, no, I did not say he could still make me feel good after I said that. They just put the beef. You saw, y'all could feel that was forced in there. Okay. That came from a beginning conversation and placed towards an ending of that narrative. So it wasn't oh yeah, he could still make me feel good. What can you do for me? You know? Like for me, I do appreciate the fact that they allowed me to really be myself because I am very vocal and I attempt to be very clear in what I like in a compatible partner, especially if that was the goal. Like the goal is to be a transparent person in order to build with a person authentically, in order to gain a good sense if you're compatible or not. And for me, a lot of these people were not necessarily compatible because of characteristic flaws. I mean, one of them did one of these to me. And once you do that, it's like I can't unsee that. That's that's a big thing, you know? Another one, um, I don't know. Some people just gave different energies that were like not compatible. And I think that either discernment or enough questions would allow you to see that.
So how long did it take you to actually narrow down like your top choices?
Oh, it wasn't long at all. It wasn't long at all. Let me tell you why. The reason I was trying to see it. Why I can't see these. I'm so serious. The reason why it wasn't long is
Yeah.
because, to start with, out of the 10, all right,
Mhm.
Richie, God rest his soul. Um, it just didn't seem like we would have been compatible because I'm a very strong personality, and I think that his was just a lot different than mine, you know? So Richie wasn't compatible. Um, Xavier at the time didn't give compatible because Xavier literally came up to me and was like, how old are you? I said, dang, we just skipped. I said, where is your manners? Your mama ain't teach you no better. I said, you don't start with what's your name? I was like, oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, have a good day. Like that's how that first interaction went. That's why in the following, you know, what they call it, something island, reject island. It actually was kind of one of the funnest moments there. I think that they should have more mixers like that so people can really break the ice a lot more authentically than this kind of scripted. It's not scripted because they're not telling us what to say, but like the structure of it is in a so much of a tight structure that it kind of puts us in a place where we are having to um accommodate the objective. You know, like we wouldn't normally deal with these people that fast, but to accommodate the objective, we're gonna attempt to. Oh, I can't hear you. You're muted.
Yeah, I said we say that all the time. Like there should be no eliminations on day one.
Yeah, but I understand why they did that because how are you going to have a day two, you know, the reject island without separating the cast somehow? So they shouldn't call it a elimination. They should call it a second chance mixer.
I I feel you, but I also, if I got it right, they didn't bring everyone out at the beginning,
No, I think everybody
right?
came
It
in
was
there.
everybody. Okay, I
Yeah,
might be thinking of
yeah.
something else.
A different one where they bought little stir up people.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of a different season where they brought half of the cast
Yeah, I think
on
I
day
saw
one
that
and then
too.
half.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. Did you watch it before you joined?
No, actually. By the way, it's my favorite tea,
Okay.
Arizona raspberry.
Yeah.
Um, but I actually didn't. I actually did my research. Not research, but like, of course, if you're gonna go to a job, this was a job. You sign paperwork, you gotta check. This is a job. So if you're gonna go to a job, you definitely have to do a little bit of research just to know what you're walking yourself into. So I did watch quite a bit of like skip around through the different seasons just so I can see if it's growing, if it's different, and and how they were. Oh man, that's why I was just like, God, please let me be myself. Please let me be myself. Please let me be myself.
Yeah, I tell everyone at a minimum you should at least watch the reunion episodes. The reunion.
So good.
Also for everyone that can hear me right now, the chat is a little bit different tonight. We have multiple channels connected. Some of them are private streams, which means there is some restrictions, meaning I can't see the comments.
Oh darn.
So yeah, it's all
I mean,
good.
I seen
It's all
one
good.
shout out to Just Being Jazzy podcast clip 1044. She did this.
Yes. Thanks for joining us, Just Being Jazzy. So we're here. You know that how do I say, like, your type, or mostly your type, just isn't there, right? It almost,
At the play at the mixer.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Well,
during it all.
it wasn't me looking for my type. It was me getting to have that conversation with these people. And then after having conversed, it made me realize, oh, no, no,
Mhm,
maybe.
mhm.
Uh, it was like
Yeah.
you got to try a lot of different soups. Which soup
Uh-huh.
was compatible?
Uh-huh. So talk to me about your elimination, because you are one of the few people ever that didn't take elimination to heart. You almost had, like, you literally had a smile on your face, and you threw the peace sign, and you was out.
Because what am I leaving behind? What am I leaving behind? Like, Did anybody see me really, other than Devon? Because I think Devon, he gave good effort. Me and Devon are just cool friends, very platonic, and I think that that is the basis, a good solid character. So I could see a good character. There was nothing wrong with Devon, but I do see that we're really good friends. Just friends. However, who who else could you have put me with? So when I left, it was the right time for me to leave. The fact that y'all are getting insecure because other men bought me a massage is embarrassing in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not to be negative, but it's to say y'all cared so. If this was the fact, y'all cared so much about what another man is doing because it might make you have to do more.
Hmm.
Because the girls in the girls' lounge, they were like, "Oh my God, we could do that." I'm like, I'm sorry, huh? They asked us to date how we normally would date, right? In that way, and if this was really a growing journey, if that was an issue, it would have been something that was conversed about and built up, or like navigated so that we can grow from that. How we had other folks who came running back and forth in circles, trying to find a connection when, oh, you kicking me out because somebody was considerate, that's insane.
Yeah, we actually talked about that last night, basically saying, like, if you don't have an explicit conversation and if y'all aren't together, which it was early for y'all, then nobody should be establishing any boundaries of what another person can and cannot do. You
And
do you, and what's meant for you is meant for you.
And here's the thing. My thing is this: I did not request anyone to do anything. I do not require any of these
Uh-huh.
people to maintain my lifestyle. The
Mhm,
reality was two men out of the three that had the
mhm,
opportunity to even do anything is
mhm.
offered that. None of the other men even understood that I was even in pain, that I had a car accident. I mean, everybody knew I got in a car accident, but no one knew that I was actually feeling it. Like I had a whole mark across my whole body. You know what I'm saying? So the reality was, it was only the people that had built a relationship with that you saw on the show that there was some type of building behind the scenes as to why they even put it on front screen.
Yeah, and just to circle back on the financials conversation, that coming from stability, because you've been there, you know what that's like, because and we talked about it on the panels, like there's different, I'm trying to be nice. There's different levels,
It literally is.
and
Yeah.
some people, some people would not even blink at the things that you were saying, and some
Because it's
people would.
nothing.
Mhm,
It's really nothing. Like, if it doesn't flatter your ears, then it's probably not for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, I just started off by saying I live in the Philippines part of my year, that I'm a descendant of a king in the Philippines.
mhm.
The fact that I already have this beautiful grand life, this big beautiful family, this favor from God that already, without tying anyone to me, a man should feel very uncomfortable if you don't have what I have or more. You should. And it's very irresponsible for any woman with children as a single mother to not think about provisions. You're not even being a godly woman if that's the case.
Mm,
I'm just being real. Like,
mm.
where are you going for struggle, love? I don't. Here's the thing: I work too hard on my own. I wear many hats. So for me to settle on someone who is doing the bare minimum, not even for me, but bare minimum in their life. Like, I get on my nephews, my kids. I told my nephew, because he just recently turned a young adult. I said, listen, ain't no grown man sleeping past noon on a weekday. Period.
Nah,
Like,
nah, I feel you.
motivated mentality is gonna get you a motivated life.
I feel you. So past settling, past what's the other word? Potential
It's
in a man,
way
because I see
past
that a lot.
potential.
Mhm.
Let me tell you something. If you have potential, then you're not walking in your purpose. Because if you're walking in your purpose, then it's only a matter of time till you get it. So it's not even the potential of it no more. It is the timeline of it.
Right. So what I was saying is I've seen a lot of women stay for potential.
I was one of them. That's why
Yeah.
stop playing with me. You already been through the runner. I already been through it. I already been through there. We don't go through there no more. You know what I'm saying? What do I look like? What is the word? I have a song. She said I wrote how's it go? Um I wrote a song and it'd be like carrying dead weight don't make me better. Like why am I gonna sit here? Listen, I was in an abusive relationship with my son's father, not the youngest one, but to the point where he even bit my face. Okay, the reality was, it wasn't just him. Not that I deserved it. It was the fact that I allowed it. I mean, after that, it was out of there. But before that, for it to even get there, I was willing to deal with a lot of things that should have been cut. And it all stemmed from me not understanding how much I needed to love myself, and even more how much God loved me. And because the thing is, God loved us way more. First off, God know us way more than anybody who's trying to take anything from us. So at the point where he's still blessing you, he's still waking you up, baby, you're all right. Because inside of your soul, you're going to fix your own alignment, and God will send you the people to help you get aligned. But if somebody's constantly being negative to you, trying to break you down, belittle you, trying to make you feel less than them, it's because already you got to know you're already bigger than them. For someone to have to make you feel smaller, you're already way too big for them. So for me, I've been there. I've been there. I've done that, and I understood that if you don't decide who you are, you will start consistently becoming someone for every relationship you get in. And then later, oh my bad.
No, it's all good. Keep going. Keep going.
But and then later you realize, oh shoot, did I just run that whole cycle back again? Oh my God. You know? And some people are afraid to walk away because they're in fear of this world that will end. But can I just give you one thing, Tyrone? I know I'll be running off at the mouth, but I promise you half
Oh,
the
it's
time I'll
good.
get to the
It's
point.
all good. It's all good.
Listen, it's this thing that I have dubbed the fake cycle of love. And it's like, oh my God, we meet somebody. Oh, I like them. Oh my God, I really like them. And then it's like, oh my God, I love them. We are in love. Then you get to the problem. Life is built with problems. And at the point where you are a solutionist, winners are the best solutionists. So when you get to the problem in any relationship, how you handle that problem will help dictate the outcome of that relationship. If you handle that problem with understanding, compassion, and consideration, seeking to resolve and find a solution, oh baby, y'all won. Y'all gonna get married, God willing. And if that person got enough loyalty and self control, yeah, y'all could end up being a very happily married couple. You know why? Because every time you hit a problem, you're gonna figure it out together, right? But then you got the other ones that's like, back and forth. I don't want to argue no more. Walk away, fade, and then brush it under the rug. Then another problem. Brush it under the rug. Walk away. Then boom, all of that thing under the rug just exploded. And then what happens? Now it's, oh my God, my world is over. But it's not. It's just a world with that person, and it will feel like your world is over for that moment. But you have to remember who you were before that in order to build a whole nother beautiful world. That struggle is going to teach you to guard your heart. It's going to teach you to be stronger in your walk and discern and what not to do. That's why I ain't mad about none of them hardships. Baby, I got some good songs. I
Yeah,
sure did,
you
man.
definitely do. You do. I want to ask you about what stability looks like, because you mentioned marriage and all that. But first, I do want to say, like, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Um, but
Thank
it
you. I appreciate it.
also seems like you know who you are, and this was another thing that we talked about last night, where we said eventually, once you go through enough things in life, you're going to realize who the F you are.
Period.
And that feeling is an amazing feeling. And it's
It's
like you
very
want
big.
everybody, yeah, you want everybody to experience that,
Yeah.
because your life changes, your boundary changes, the way you interact, and the things that you accept change to
And you know
where,
what you got to offer to the world.
yes, and then you start just being truthful and honest about what you want and what you don't want. But if a person hasn't gone through that and a person doesn't know who the F they are, it may be perceived as if you're wanting too much or asking too much, or what you're doing is just unheard of. And in the back of your mind, you're like, I've been through the ringer, right? I am not going back. Like, do you know who the F I am?
Because period.
Like, and I say
It's
it
exactly
like,
that.
yeah, sometimes you may see me do it in the interviews where I kind of like point at myself, and that's just my reminder to be like, I'm Tyrone Wilson. Like, I've been through a lot. So whenever somebody makes a comment or anything where I feel like they're trying to bring me back, it's like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know, um,
Yeah. But you know
but
what? Also,
mhm,
I also feel like all of this is only as real as you make it. It really is. Like,
mhm.
what I mean by that is seeing the people comment in the Facebook group for the limited time that I was in there. It made me realize, number one, when you have the opportunity to have a voice, you choose to use it for hate. And I looked at how many people use their voice for hate. That's number one. So when you have the understanding that people, and I won't say all people, because the goal is to aim and pray that people will choose love, right? So some people use it for hate when you can use it for love. But the reality is, do you know, if you're talking about me and I don't hear it and I don't see it, it doesn't affect me in a way that I'm going to be hurt. Right now, if it gets so grand that there's this narrative that's made, it still does not hurt me unless I allow it to affect me. Now, of course, I'm going to clear up a narrative, offer clarity. I'm going to give facts, because facts is not emotions, right? And if your emotions are moved by other people, you'll be on a roller coaster. You will literally be on a roller coaster because everyone don't have your best interest at heart. Some people know how to get under your skin. And the thing is, if you are so confident in the fact that however you look, however you sound, however it is, you know you're doing your best, you know how much you put in, you know you're willing to grow, and you know that God still loves you, there is literally no one who should be able to break that confidence. You know what I'm saying? Tyrone, you
Right.
please interject, because yeah,
No, no,
I
no.
see you moving,
Listen,
but
no, no, no. I hear you. Um, I don't be trying to say too much, about myself on here, but I know what I've been through, and I know where I am now, and I know what it took, to get here. And sometimes you can see people that are at a stage you were years ago, and it's like you want to help them, but you do understand like they kind of got to go through that fire. They got to experience it, they got to learn from it, they got to make some changes, they got to do some things that are difficult in life,
in order
and
to
maybe
actually grow.
difficult, yeah, and do things that are difficult to themselves and challenge themselves, because I do feel like there's a purpose. There's a purpose for you. Like, you weren't brought here to fail.
Let me tell you something.
So
I feel
mhm,
like people are who they are from the two eyes, right? The eye of influence, where you're following the example set before you, or the eye of inspiration, where you are so inspired to do something different because you don't want the outcome to be like what you've seen. And in that gray area of not knowing where to go, what to do, but you're so inspired, that's where you really find purpose. You're not always going to have the right examples. You're not always going to be in the right environments. And that's where we get detoured from the purpose in our path that God truly has for us. And for me, I know this because like at one point I was making music that was talking crazy. And I wouldn't say it was off the wall like Coil Ray or like I mean, Carly Rae, I love Coily Ray, so let me say it like that. But like who like Cardi B or something, like WAP and all those very vulgar things. So it wasn't like that. It wasn't that deep. But for my expectations of myself, it was. So I made one song, it got charted in Savannah, opened up for Rick Ross. These were really grand things that were happening, but I was like, oh my God, my daddy would be disturbed if he had to come watch me on the screen talking about these things. You know what I'm saying? So then I had to change the whole narrative, just the whole entire perspective. Because honestly, the only thing wrong with the world is the wrong perspective. Could you imagine if the world just all focused on love and how could I be better at being better at loving my people and my city, my just my environment? Could you imagine? It would be very hard to hate if you really focused on love, right? So and changing that perspective, you just got to understand where you're from, how you're changing, how you're contributing, where is your goals? Are they the goals of the world, or are they the goals that you feel so passionate and purposed to pursue? Because those type of goals, they don't end. They're in you until God take you.
Yeah, I think that's important. With the goal of giving back somehow, some way, with the gifts that you have, I think that's very important.
Absolutely. Because you always wonder
Um,
what if.
yeah, there's a question that I like asking the women. If we were to ask some of your best friends about the person you want and the person you need, what do you think they'd say?
They would be the same thing. They would definitely be the same thing. They would possibly say, are you wanting the characteristics?
Sure, sure, whatever you're willing to say. What do you think
They
they'd
would
say?
they would have to be someone who is very considerate, very understanding, very transparent and loyal. hmm We don't like liars around here. Scratch a lie, find a thief. Y'all can keep all of them. All of them.
Yeah, what was the song? Ride or Die?
Ride or die, down the ride, down the ride, baby.
No,
It's
I
so
get it.
crazy. All
I
those
get it.
songs are so
Mhm.
old. I've been working on so much new music that it's like, oh, what were those lyrics again?
Yeah, but you can definitely see some things, you can feel some things. I would hear a song and then I would look at the credits to see the year. And then I would
Mm-hmm.
start to kind of put a timeline
On where we at with this
together.
one?
And I try to be like, all right, there's some things that I'm hearing, at the beginning of, I call it the music career because it's all we have to go off of, right?
Yes.
What
Uh-huh.
you shared. So the earliest dates, I believe, is what, 2017, I
Yes.
think.
A year after my son was born.
Yes. So 2017
hmm
to, I think there was a recent one. Um,
Darling.
yes.
Yeah.
Good song.
25.
Good song. Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's got some nuances. It's got some layers. It's got some. I don't know how much you want me to dive into
Dive.
it.
We listen. I'm from the Philippines. We surrounded by water.
I, the way that I interpreted it was at the beginning, um, you were really happy, confident, you know, in yourself. I feel like you may have noticed a certain someone that caught your eye, started moving towards that. Things were really, really good, like unbelievably amazing, like at an emotional, subconscious level. And then it took a turn for the worse. And there was some time spent, just like we were talking about, of you figuring out who the F you are. And I feel like it wasn't a smooth process. It wasn't like all right, this is where I'm drawing the line in the sand, and now I'm moving forward. I feel like there were some attempts to move forward, but there may have been some emotional setbacks. And then you're almost at a point to where, and I'm not trying to break anything that you have going on right
No, not at
now,
all. Keep going.
mentally and emotionally. And I just feel like now we're at that point to where you essentially want to reinforce what you've been able to accomplish and where you are right now. You may not be 110% uh, dialed into that because I feel like there's still some, I don't know, security, I guess, consistency missing either from you or from another person for you to truly, truly believe enough to, cross that line, that emotional attachment line again. And I'm not saying that you're fighting it. I'm just saying I feel like you're there, but you know, you're still trending forward in the belief in yourself department. Not saying you don't. I'm not saying you
So
don't. Yeah, go ahead.
just to that was a lot. I'm trying to try to figure out how to answer that. But just to begin, no, I'm actually I'm really confident in myself. I feel like I'm extremely grateful to God for my very healthy mindset, my very confident mindset, and my very motivated mind. I understand though as to why I'm very strategic when it comes to moving in any type of relationship. You have to be compatible. You have to meet these standards because at the point where I do open up my heart, then it becomes that gray area where you don't necessarily control, because unless you are in complete control of your feelings, which not many people are, you're tending to fall into either bad habits or attempting to seek new ways to handle those emotions, right? So those are the only things that comes to any type of wavering scenario, is if I were to add a person to my world that's currently so blossoming, because that is a um it's a variable that is not a consistent variable. You know what I'm saying? Unless you shows consistency, and then I can know what to expect because you've shown me what I can expect. Now, when it comes to my music, the reason of that slow progression is because, well, one, 2017 was when Winter's Music actually first came out, and I honestly think being with the wrong man will slow you down, you know? And for me, when it came to Winter's Music, I had just got done having my son in 2016. His father, excuse me, his father was a jerk and said something like, "Oh, like what did he say? Oh, I think I said I just accomplished something so good, I think in music or something." He's like, "Oh, your mama not gonna do nothing. Your mama not gonna be nothing." It's like, what? I'm a winner. Winner, winner, I'm a winner, winner. Yeah, baby, I'm a winner. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop playing with her. Made a whole song called Winner's Music, and I got a whole music video done. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So for me, it really made me understand every time I get in a relationship that does not work, it pisses me off and it makes me want to work real fast, and it motivates me in a sense. Cause now you just gave me so much ammo to write these music, write these songs. Number one. Number two, you just wasted so much of my time. How dare you? How dare you? Now I got to make it up to myself for allowing you to waste my time. So
Yeah.
now, after, 2 kids later, it's real out here, baby. I am going to be able to come naked and unafraid in front of the Lord on my life. I know, because I aim to do good, and God does not expect us to be perfect, but He wants us to work in walking in His way, right? As He's guiding us. So I understand that. But I also know that now that I have ran a bit through the fire, we're not going back. It says, do not enter. We can read now, baby. Them signs that bend up, bend up. They've been there. You know what I'm saying? Some people just get stuck in a feeling so far that you're willing to paint a picture that's not even there. I would say, for example, you got a few of the women on the show in a full relationship in their head, and a whole nother man is given a whole nother scenario. You got after the show. A whole relationship was made and offered to the audience. Now he's in a whole nother relationship. You get what I'm saying? Here's the thing. Stop playing with me. That you don't even have that opportunity. We don't even, you don't have to bring the ugly out of me because I see that you're not compatible. You want me to remind you about your concern for me. It's nothing that we should even be talking about other than business if you got that for me. You know, everybody isn't supposed to be your person. I only need one. Whatever we decide is what we decide. So at the point where I only need one, there is absolutely no reason for me to have to be seeking outside sources for anything. You know, this is not. I need 10 of y'all. I just need one. So I'm gonna be very particular, basically.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, and you don't have to answer publicly, who was Mr. Sandman?
Oh well, Sandman was actually an ex of mine, who we literally read the Bible. First off, I knew him for years. His mom moved down the street from my mom. Um, we would read the Bible dang near daily. We would be going scripture to scripture, and I'm telling you for months, and I tell you it was all platonic. Very building a very good, strong bond, friendship, all of that. And for me, there's no way. There's no way you painted this picture if you weren't this character without intentionally painting this picture. You get what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. If you represent yourself in one way because your character shows that, then it will 9 times out of 10 consistently show up with that character, but you will have some moments of imperfections where we're going to see your level of grace, mercy, and forgiveness, right? Because you should forgive the way you want to be forgiven, you know? So in that, you can see the level of compatibility of a person. However, for me, like we're really good friends now. I just feel like there's no way that 360 happened like that. Unless you were intentional and you had a plan to fulfill your goal by any means necessary, you little Sandman. You know, that's how I felt at the time.
Yeah.
And I ain't mad at it because you might have hurt my feelings, but baby, let me tell you. Oh, for that song, I made a whole song with Drake's dad, Mr. G,
Hmm.
celebrating my birthday with Dennis Graham. I call her
Hmm.
Mr. G. But there's
Uh-huh.
so much from that song that has branched so much. So it's like I'm so grateful sometimes for the hardship that I go through because you never know where God's like turning you. What's the point of it?
Yes. Great song, by the way. It
Thank
was
you.
the song that kind of stopped me in my tracks. When you hear it, the more you hear it, it's almost like it would be the song that you would play in the background when you see like the phoenix coming through the fire and all that. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Kind of like
yeah.
I'm here, I'm me, like I know who I am, and I'm able to even talk about it. Like I'm not even, it's almost like I'm not even hurt. I'm just telling y'all what happened
I'm really
and who you
grateful
are.
though.
Hmm.
Sometimes some sad moments can allow you to be really grateful. Really grateful because here's the thing. You find out, look how much God saved me from. Do you see the show? Who really won? I honestly feel like I won. I won. I won. Why do I think I won? Because I mean, right now, everybody who watches Ready to Love Detroit or Ready to Love probably knows my name. And along with my name, do you have me being thirsty? No. Do you have me being too fast and, and swallow saliva or fluids? No. Do you have me looking any other way than how I'm presenting myself now? No, other than a little bit of edits, because I know I talk too much. I know I talk straight to the point. But why not? I'd rather hard and real than soft and fake. You know what I'm saying? So the whole understanding behind it all is there's no reason to not be 100. There's just none. But yeah, I can go on for days. My bad.
No, no, no. I totally understand. I only have one more Sandman comment, and hearing it made me ask myself, was I ever Mr. Sandman?
Here's the
And I was
thing.
like, dang. Does someone may feel that way about about me? And if they're out there, then dang.
Here's the public apology now.
Dang. Yes. It wasn't my intent. I promise you.
Now, this is what I'm saying, because there's still people, right, who, like the one that the Sandman was written about, I think that at that time he may have, allowed his ambitions to overcome his character in a sense, right? And some people can do that. We all may have a moment where we've done that, been so ambitious for our focus and our goal that we're not understanding how it may affect others, in that moment. So for me, I think that some people may not even intend to be that, but you got to understand, without purpose, without direction, you are liable to do so many things un unintentionally. You're out here hurting hearts because you wasn't really ready to be married, but now all these women standing in line waiting to marry you because they thought you was ready.
I feel you. I feel you. Speaking of marriage, what would your future suitors what would you want your future suitors to know about you that they weren't able to see on screen?
I'm gonna give you the tea, the
Okay, go
Arizona
ahead.
tea.
Go ahead.
Well, number one, my mom says that I would be the perfect wife, which says a lot because she be saying some mean things. But I love you, mom. However, what was the question? What do my suitors need to know, or
What would you want your future suitors to know about you that they weren't able to see on camera, on film?
look at my page? Go to INA_LIS, and
For sure.
it's
Which page is that? So I'll put the banner up
yeah, it's right there.
right
It says,
now.
INALIS. I think that on Instagram I allow a lot of I offer a lot of
Your
insight
IG,
into my
not
world.
to cut you,
Yes.
not to cut you off. That's your
Yes, it's
IG.
just
Here
the
it is,
Instagram.
y'all.
Hey.
That's the Instagram right there. Go check it out.
And so for me,
Mm-hmm.
you can really get an idea of a person who's really posting a lot of their life or
Mm-hmm.
their lifestyle, right? So a person who goes on my page is going to see, wow, she travels a lot. She
Mm-hmm.
lives in the Philippines in a beautiful high rise too.
Mm-hmm.
So you come from standards, because
Mm-hmm.
you would assume I would want something for myself if my family's already built something for us. You know what I'm saying? So if
Mm-hmm.
they built something, I'm building something. So everybody around got to be building something.
Mm-hmm.
You would see that, oh wow, she is a hard worker. Not only is she a great mom, she's also, because I mean, even if you didn't know me, it just looks like I'm a great mom. But trust me, my children love me. They say, one of my sons says, "Mom, I love you more than anybody other than God." What? That's amazing. But you would see that I love my family. You would see that I make music, and then when you listen to the music, you would identify, whoa, is this really how she feels? Because this is like saying everything. Because I
Yeah.
really write my music based off of my real life experiences. And that's why the sad moments I'm happy for. The hard moments I'm happy for. Hard times. I opened up for Big Sean with Hard Times twice because he likes it.
Hmm.
It's motivating. It's empowering. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
people really do go through hard times. There's another one that I really can't wait to build out. But like some people are really struggling mentally because they don't understand how to control their emotions. I have a song
Hmm.
that goes, life is hard sometimes, but you gotta fight to win. Got enemies at every corner, so know who's your friends. Thanking God for another day. I made it through the night. Thanking God for another day. I made it through the night. The night, the night. I made it through the night. You know why I wrote that? I witnessed a person, like I've witnessed like 2 to 3 people attempt to and want to end their journey because of a loss of a relationship. You want to leave this world because someone don't want to be with you is the wrong perspective. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, we got to really help people either by example or by just like discussing different conversations, how people got to understand that, listen, if you want to turn off a light switch, what you got to do? Turn it off. Wanting to do something is as easy as doing it. I got a genius friend who says feelings are these ugly little things. And you know what it made me understand? Oh, they're tangible. I can turn them off. Why? Because I take my perspective, my focus, and I think about something way different. Whatever you focus on has the power to impact your energy, impact your perspective, your feelings, all of these things that can cause distress, right? I understand that in order to live peacefully, the only way to have peace is by having understanding. If somebody cut you off on a freeway, you could be like, oh, be mad. Or you could be like, oh man, he's probably running late. Because you've been late before and you understand. Now you have some grace for him. Now you laugh and now you're not running your own time. You actually having a understanding moment and letting that moment that could have been negative go. So I just understand how powerful the mindset is, how powerful thinking is, and how that contributing into your relationships all matters. I listen, my husband got to know I'm a thinker. I'm a Virgo, a big Virgo. That was a lot.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you again. Where you at mentally?
Mentally, I'm on 10 all the time. Like, I won't say all the time. When it's time to be on 10. But I honestly feel like the motivation of 10, right? Like today, I got a lot done. Every day I wake up, I am attempting to get so much done. I got to work out today. I went to my government job today, worked 2 shifts today. I made a whole bunch of calls for a whole nother hat I'm wearing. It's a big deal that I'm so excited about. Another lucrative project. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different avenues to my day and my life that I'm excited every day that I'm productive. The days that I'm not productive, then you can find me sad because I'm like, oh my God, I'm wasting time. Oh my God, why didn't I do that? I should have worked out. I should have. Then those are the times because you can't get time back. So those are the moments where you might find me a little distressed or, but I don't got a man, so I'm not worried about where he at, who he dealing with. I don't like nobody right now, so my feelings aren't up and down, based off of how he's caring for them or not caring for them. Um, Only people I'm worrying about is my children, my family. These things don't require so much distress because I'm really grateful that God favors my family, protects my family. I'm just really grateful. I mean, I'm on 10. A
I
lot of
hear
good
that.
news. Pacquiao and Mayweather about to fight.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh
Pacquiao,
man.
bayang magiliw, pero sangsilanganan. If you need a Filipina Pinay anthem singer. That was the
Hey,
Filipino anthem. Lupang Kinirang.
hey, that would be something. That would be great to see
Oh, yeah, I already text
if you're out
Mayweather.
there for the
God
fight.
willing, God willing, God willing.
Okay. Okay, that's what's up. Let us know what else you got going on.
Oh, there's a lot. You ready for grab a pen and
Once
pad?
once you once you start talking about it, I'm gonna put the QR codes up. The one that's up
Okay,
right
okay.
now is the for
Instagram.
your
So
Instagram.
for Instagram, you can follow INA_LIS, or follow that,
Hmm.
or scan the QR code so that you can see my daily updates, things that I'm just, I might be going on a trip. I might be going in our 22-acre woods and going and blogging back there. Prior to the show, I was doing my Ina in the country, where
Hmm.
we actually sell some of our trees. We have black walnut trees and all different type of trees.
Hmm.
And that, girl, listen, if y'all don't know about selling trees, y'all better go buy y'all some land and sell some trees, because the trees pay for the land.
Hmm.
I promise you that. Especially if you got black walnut. So I had a whole little vlog. I done videoed it all. Eventually I'm gonna put it up. So I have jumped into the space of content creating. So you never know what you are going to see on Instagram. However, if you follow us on in YouTube, check out T and the D. It's a new platform that I created. It started with the recap of the reality show that I'm on, as y'all know, Ready to Love Detroit. But we're actually transitioning it to a more lifestyle, entertainment, exclusive invites, just getting y'all comfortable and informative about Detroit, about me and all the exciting things that I get involved in. Yeah, I promise you, I'll be in some things. Okay, all good things though. Um, as well as if y'all are looking for any styling needs, I actually have great suppliers, great collaborations with different vendors. So we do styling. It's called Teak Boo, and you can follow that on Instagram. TIQUE_BOU. It's like boutique, but the boo is in the back. And my team and I, we actually are styling different artists, different folks, anyone who would like to refresh their looks, or you're going on vacation and you want to go for the week and you want to wear these shoes and you add this jacket and you want to, we'll put the whole looks together utilizing your items as well as new items, so that it's not just breaking the whole budget. But we have that for Teak Boo, as well as, did I tell y'all about the music? I'm sure y'all heard me sing a couple times on this. It's another QR code. Y'all can check it out on any major digital download platform site. INA_LIS, or the QR code. I've been doing music, oh my God, since maybe like 10.
To be clear, is this the Apple Music or is this the one on YouTube?
Any major
Okay,
digital
okay, okay.
download. You can just type in INA_LIS, and if it doesn't pop up, just type in Winner or Winner's Music. That was my very first album in 2017, when I started actually investing and wanting to put out a actual statement and a project. Even though it was, I'm about to show you, that motivated me to start it, it allowed me to really see, oh wow, it may have took him to try to hate on you to show him stop playing with me, but you just proved to yourself that you can get it done. You can do it.
Yeah.
You just got a producer. You wrote the song. You got to record it. Now you're performing it. You just got a whole music video. And it made me understand. Wow, like, back then I started trickling into understanding who we were as God's children, right? Not just who I am. Like, in my world, I'm the stuff. But in everybody's world, y'all should be the stuff in your own world, because without you, your world's not running no more. You know what I'm saying? You should look at yourself the most highly in your world, and surround yourself with people that you want to be like, or people that inspire you to be greater. So for me, I understand that jumping into music, and I'm just most recently tapping into modeling. Shout out Wink Talent Agency. I'm signed to a modeling agency, so God willing, you'll see some new things from me. They actually got me in a commercial for a bank, so that was cool. Um, I also am, oh, in a movie. Check out Dark Side of Beautiful on Tubi, Amazon, Hulu, the real ones, you know what I'm saying? Check out Dark Side of Beautiful. You'll find me in my like first acting debut. So this was actually it released before Ready to Love even aired. So it's not something I got from that, but I was already tapping into those things. Um, and again, like I wear so many hats, so I don't want you to get lost. But
No, I see
what,
you.
yeah, but
Y-
what I will
Your
say is I,
your sister's in that? Is
yeah,
your
no,
sister in that movie?
she built it.
Okay.
She is in
Okay.
it, but
Hmm.
she's the director, the writer. She coordinated all of the movie, the photographers, the artists, everybody. Like she really did a great job, y'all. Check out JM Pozon. Y'all can find it on Instagram, even Google, because she is a best-selling author. So definitely check her out. What else do I have going on? Oh Lord. I am about to tap into this whole country lane because I think that when you are in environments that are not so much, that does not resemble you so much, it doesn't make you feel confident in going down that lane, right? When I used to go to the studio, they used to be like, "Man, can you lose the accent? What is that? Why do you have that accent? Do you know you have an accent?" Like it was just a lot of that, right? So I think that it would make you feel like, "Oh, well, they don't like country. Let's not do country," you know? But as I grew up more into living in the country and just being in the South, like I lived in Georgia as well, but like just understanding that, right? And now seeing all these different country artists, it makes you more confident to express yourself in more ways than just the ones that you were labeled as in a sense, you know? So like Darlin', I hope y'all would check out Darlin' because that is the first record on my journey of country soul music. I think that one is a great, even though I want to do it again in a better quality and get a bit of uh a what is it called, a feature on it. That'll be what comes next. But I think it's a great start for y'all to identify where I'm going with this. Where what Darlin is. Like, it's not just country, but it's like very soulful country, you know? And I have so many other songs on the way, like 25/8. Love Me 25/8. What? These records are coming.
Yeah, I have a top 10. They're
Got
my top
10,
10
y'all.
in no particular order. So as I was listening, I was like, I like that. Let's add this to the playlist.
I
Ready?
love that.
Moments,
I
drinking
love
games, Mr. Player.
They should have. All you had to do was watch. Tell them all they had to do.
Yeah.
All the men had to do was listen to Mr. Player,
Darling,
and that's
gotta,
old.
yeah. Darling, got a Millie. Private Island. That was a little,
I
I think
love
that's a
Private
little touch
Island.
on the,
The
what's that? The
Philippines.
touch on the, yeah. Flaws.
I just recently listened, and I was like, "Wow, this was good." I
Yeah, yeah,
never
yeah.
gave it as much credit as it needed.
Yeah. Hard Times.
I love Hard Times.
Of course, Sandman.
Yeah.
And Down the Ride.
I see. I
Yeah.
love those ones. I love all of those ones that you named. I think the one that I was most surprised about, and this is recently because I was like, let me just throw on my playlist. Let me hype myself up a little bit. Cause hopping back into music when music game is just like a game, you know, trying to keep up with the Joneses in a sense. I'm like, I do not want to be like anyone. I want to be like Ina. You know what I mean? Like if you listen to my music, I don't think you say I sound like anybody other than this new thing you heard. And where I'm coming from with it now is even more authentic, more different. I just can't even, I can't wait. And I'm so grateful, Tyrone, that you are becoming a fan of mine, my music, not of me, but like of my music in a way that you got a whole top 10, you know? It makes artists like me feel more confident in what we're putting out because it's showing us that people are listening, people are resonating with it. Like, it took me a little while, like, as a writer, like, I'm going to tap into just a side note. as a writer, and this year specifically, I've learned how much of a writer I am because I've been writing scripts. Like, I God has gifted me these movies in dreams, and I woke up and wrote the whole thing, from Rebooted to Prick to Pod Garden to Diamonds. Like, these are all real films that, when I tell you I've never seen nothing like this, on top of I've sat with real major filmmakers and directors, and they're all impressed by this vision I have. It's not going to be long before y'all it'll be in box offices. It takes a little bit of time to write a script, right, build a budget, to request the budget. But what I do know is, there is when I tell you, I would never say I ain't got no time. I have too much things to do with my time, that I have to be very particular where I put it, Um and so for me, like, one thing I will say is, anytime I interact with drama, I do not do drama for entertainment. If there's drama involved, it is because we are seeking clarity. I will create a platform for clarity. As we're building these brands as professionals, it is our duty, it is our job to ensure our audience, that at least are interested in us and watching us, has the opportunity, has full context into whoever they are attempting to support, so that they can feel more confident. So if y'all ever see me interact with someone dealing with drama, it is solely and only to ensure that clarity is met, to ensure that we are diving in with not just emotional feelings, but true facts and documents. Like, I like to make sure that if I'm saying it, I promise you there's some receipts that can come. Because scratch a lie, find a thief. And if I don't like a liar, I won't be one. You muted. Okay.
No, this is good. This is good. We get to see, different sides of you. Um, Not necessarily from the show, but speaking of different sides, it's almost like some of those sides were revealing themselves. And, sometimes I know you probably don't use Christina, but other people use Christina. I know there's Ina Lee. Do you feel like you may have, I don't want to call, yeah, I don't want to call them personalities, but do you feel like there's different sides of yourself that you use for certain occasions?
So for me, I would say that all of it is Christina, right?
Okay.
But because I wear so many different hats, you have to differentiate what room you're in. For instance, I travel so much that one time I was like, damn, what airport am I in?
Mhm.
3 days in a row, back to back, different places. Like, wait a minute, where am I right now? Because you're running off a little sleep too. You're waking up and
Mhm.
then ending up somewhere. So when I say that, I say all that to say, Christina may, like, I used to sell insurance. Christina may come at you as Chris.
Mhm.
When I'm dealing with business, where I attempt to be more stern and very direct, I emphasize Chris or Christina in a way that we don't have to play light. We don't have to let our guard down. We can be very strong, very stern. You know,
Mhm.
um, Ina Ina Lee is more bubbly. I get to express, because everybody can't have the happy go lucky. Everybody can't handle the vibrant brightness. What do I say in one of my podcasts? You gotta put your glasses on, because all the cool people wear glasses when other people shine, and they don't hate on the people shining. They let the people shine, and they just throw the shades on. Because we're all shining. If we are all stars, we should all be shining and just identifying. Shoot, she bright. Let me put some glasses on. Shout out Guess. If y'all want to listen, I did not know Guess. First off, I like fly on a budget, y'all. And these are Guess. And they were only like $13. These are fire. Guess, let me be your model. Stop playing. She be on her marketing tip all the time. Like, one thing somebody could say about me, somebody could say, Oh, she's an opportunist. No, that's a poor perspective. She's a hustler. You better put hustler on the list, because the thing is, y'all can use your 24 hours however you want to and go and try to build a dollar. But instead of building a dollar, I'm just gonna identify there's dollars out there to go get. What are you talking about?
Yeah, guess it's gonna definitely auto tag this video. This video from, and you probably just made some money just now from
Because
guests. So just that easy, you know.
here's the thing. People on these podcasts have
Hmm.
met 10,000, they're making money off of our likeness and images, talking about us, and
Hmm.
on Own and Will Packer, they're all making money.
Hmm.
Netflix now is making money off of Ready to Love. Here's the thing. All of the see, I think too much like a boss mentality. I'm about to
Go
go figure
ahead.
out how y'all get the money. We're about to all get the money. What you talking about? Let's all get the money. Let's all eat. What are we talking about?
Uh, yeah. I mean, we've had multiple conversations about that. You know, a lot of it. It's just too much to have so many different people all on the same page. You know, especially trying to get them all to eat the same
Here's the
amount.
thing. This is the part. This is the part. This is the part that
Yeah.
arduous is. We're supposed to identify who is ready and wanting to eat, because everybody ready to eat ain't even got a plate. They just want to. You know what I'm saying? How do we want to eat together? You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. If everybody not willing to eat the same way, right, in the same amount, some people want more or less, then here's the thing. We gotta go with the like-minded people, right? And then we gotta be the example for those, so that they can be inspired to make their own table. You either come to the table like we cut what, like, because we know how to build the table, or you gotta build your own table, and then we can share if you like. But the thing is, why are we gonna break something that we don't have to rebuild? It's don't break nothing that don't need to be fixed.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that concept because it's not easy, especially, you know, if you look over and you see somebody got the big piece of chicken, but you still got chicken, but not the big piece. And some people feel like they may have worked harder for that. It's just
But here's the thing.
you know.
Do you know what that requires? That requires you to doubt God, right? My mom and I got into a very hard moment one time, and I said to my dad, "Man, Dad, I'm done. Forget this." Emotional. He says to me, he said, "When you meet God, are you gonna tell him that he made a mistake with who he made your mom?" I said, "What?" That hit so heavy, because you could never question God. You can't question God's timing. You can't question God's plan. You can't question God's people that he put in your life that he gave you. You got to now ask God for understanding. Understand why she was put there. Oh, my mama taught me to be hard as the city. Hard as the city. You understand what I'm saying? And God, I realized, he said, I don't need you to go be hard like the city, from the city, being in the city, other than when I put you in the city. Now that I showed you the roughness of the city, let me take you away from the city, and then let me show you what the city could bring, but from somebody who could love you, who actually loves you, you know? So now it's like, damn, I understand the city. Stop playing with me. I understand the city, because you could take somebody from Joy Road, but you can't take Joy Road out to somebody. But that's a good thing. It really is, because my mom got a whole lot of heart. She's fearless. She's like a hustler in her mind. She's created the Poson Career Institute. She is a doctorate of education. Let me tell you something. Where you came from is not the limit of who you become. The where you came from give you the heart and the character to help you get there. Boom.
Another question I like to ask, like I realize you were in a good place when you started the process, but do you feel like you still experienced any growth?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I am learning. Stop talking so much.
Are you?
Kind of.
I mean,
Kind of.
you done had a few.
Run on moments.
I mean, you know, there's some things that, you know, we've seen, or some things that get highlighted that you have done and
Are you
said
talking
from
about? Are you talking about right now?
podcasts, and
Oh, previous
I'm talking
podcasts.
recent.
Oh, I think about this
Whatever,
one.
what was it? The anime? I don't want to say anime hairstyle and the makeup.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you're talking about my
Seemed
clarity.
like you was venting or something. I didn't watch it all.
Well, let me just say this. I will say I was not venting. Again, like I said, that anytime anyone tries to publicly assassinate your character with emotional rants without any facts behind it, yes, it will take a little bit longer to give clarity when clarity has facts and documents. Shout out T and the D. Make sure you check that out. Because for anyone with questions regarding that subject, I can promise you, you'll find all your answers at T and the D. I will say this though. I think it's very irresponsible to casually run around diagnosing people off of a disagreement just because you feel like it without any education surrounding that, like mental illness, or even having any actual facts or proof to back that narrative up, right? So to just run off like that is very immature, and I think that it it's kind of unacceptable because it minimizes the real struggles that families that affect families and people's lives. This, like, mental health awareness is a serious thing because if you don't have control of your mind, you can ultimately lose control of your life. You know what I'm saying? So to play with words and weaponize words like this because you don't like someone, I think that it's very cruel, and it's extremely irresponsible, and it's unacceptable, honestly. For me, I'm so grateful to God that I have such a healthy mind, a confident mind, a motivated mind, motivated to succeed, and understanding the level of forgiveness people need, the level of mercy and grace people should be given. Because you look at these comments and you see, listen, being on this show, I didn't know the world. Of course, we know the world is ugly, but did you think that they was gonna put their face attached to their ugly comments out loud? It's crazy. Cause these comments from like Facebook group and all these other places where people are spewing these negative things, it's like, whoa. Do you
Yeah, yeah, I've experienced it, and I'm like, you don't even know me,
And here's the thing.
you
I'm
know.
so glad that I could care less. I could care less other than to clarify. The only thing I'm gonna do with y'all is to clarify. Other than that, it's like, ew, two you just wrote two paragraphs and I deleted it. How do you feel? Like, people be coming on T and a D, and I let you know, listen, watch what you say because you're liable to get deleted. And they be three paragraphs one time. And here's the thing. I love constructive criticism. I didn't delete anyone who said I talk too much because, girl, I do. I'm working on it. But at the end of the day, if you want to run off and give, hey, you better go find somebody else's page to give it to. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going out seeking hate. So I probably won't see your comment. And if I do, we're going to report it or we'll delete it or just ignore it. I mean, I'm not saying that all words don't hurt, but I think that the amount of hurt comes from the level you're willing to accept it. And I think that it hurts more when you believe that it could be true. But here's the thing. Again, it all goes back to, do you know God love you? God know you better than any of these people out here in this world that's talking all these negative things. You can't put your feelings in the hands of these heartless people. You're muted.
No, I was agreeing with you. As a mental health advocate, like there's things that I feel strongly about. It was it came out during my season about me, and there was, of course, things in the comments that were negative, hundreds of, you know, lines of discussion about, what's going on. And, some people will defend you, and that kind of makes you feel good. And, I ain't gonna lie, there were times where like you start to doubt yourself. And then that was, part of the journey that I was talking about. Was once you get there and you pull yourself out to the other side and you just never go back there ever again because you know who the F you are.
Mm-hmm. But I
You
think
know.
that that's part of life. You have
Mm-hmm.
to, in order,
Mm-hmm.
in a sense, to see how strong you are, you have to test your limits. You have to test
Uh-huh.
yourself. And I think that God allows you to be tested in order to grow us. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like if you did not keep adding weights to the press, you wouldn't know that you could bench as much as you could.
Yeah.
People end up testing. They put as much as they think they can get and then they push. You know what I'm saying? And that is where we are in life. We attempt to find happy endings, but sometimes we push for those happy endings too soon. And pushing too soon for a happy ending is going to have you miss all those real signs that I told you I was acting like I didn't see. But now as you went through the wrong path to the dead end, you see them you recall all those signs you saw. So now it's like I cannot be blind to all of the signs in any future relationships. It's just hard for your subconscious mind to allow you to, especially as a Virgo.
I you know what? I don't know much about y'all. I gotta be honest. As an Aquarius, I thought I would, but I don't really know much. You know,
Well,
what's next up for you? I know you kind of touched on it a little bit. Um, I do want you to speak this Mayweather thing into existence. And if there's
absolutely.
anything else you want to speak into existence, go ahead.
I would like to speak my laptop coming back to me because, listen, on the way to the Grammys, my laptop, my phone, my freaking makeup, all of it was left in the first class cabin in a book bag that I left. And it's still not coming back. It hasn't come back to me, but y'all, I'm speaking into the universe. Other than that, I am expecting a country soul album, hopefully by end of third quarter. I am I'm contemplating releasing this music video. So I shot a music video in the Philippines. It's beautiful. It shows so much of the Philippines waterfalls. I almost died, not for real, but I did step and it was all shallow until it dove all the way down. So uh it's a real video that was shot from some photographers or videographers in the Philippines. But my thing was, I didn't necessarily want to just release it without getting it edited again by American videographers. Because when I got a sample of an American videographer taking that same content that the Filipino videographers in the Philippines shot, it was a whole different video. And although it wasn't a complete one, it gave me the understanding like, whoa, the perspectives are so different. So I may give the Filipino version of Island Girl. It's for Island Girl. Yeah, it's on iTunes. You have to check that song out. But I have a music video that I'm contemplating releasing for Island Girl, as well as again, Country Soul album towards the end of third quarter. I also am still building out TND. We actually have a few things lined up, so hopefully we'll get really good footage and content. I have to also upload some amazing interviews we got at the auto show with some of the winners of this extreme race. Um, as well as what else are we doing? I mean, this modeling agency, it goes quick. It keeps you busy. They send you a lot of listings, personally and specifically, because I was like talking to other models and I'm like, hey, did y'all get these other four invites or castings? And they were like, no. I was like, oh, maybe I'm not supposed
Yeah,
to tell everybody.
yeah. What what type of modeling are you trying to get into?
Really, all modeling that is not naked modeling. If it's naked modeling and not naked modeling, like if it's like Victoria's Secret type modeling or Fenty Beauty or type modeling, it gotta be a lot of money. Cause I feel like beyond Ready to Love, in my mind, I'm gonna be a superstar. I mean, I am a superstar in my mind.
What if it's not naked, but you know how they have the seductive modeling where you're technically clothed?
No, I don't do stuff like that.
Okay,
You
okay,
can look at my
okay.
page and see I don't have many
Yeah.
of those on there. If I'm in that type of attire, it's probably because I'm at the beach or by some
Hmm.
water, you know. But when it comes to that type of scenario, I attempt to add what I want to see in the world, and attempt to pour in positive energy into the world. And I just really want to be proud of what I'm putting into the world at like 50, and as well as if I had a daughter, would I really let her watch something that I'm shaking ass and half naked? I got two sons. How would they feel? You know what I'm saying? Like, this entertainment world is cool, but it's not bigger than your world. My world consists of a big family and girls and young boys, nieces and nephews. I have a huge family. But I'm not even gonna go into how deep, but I have such a huge family, huge family. And for me, I would be slightly embarrassed. It's just me personally. I don't judge nobody, and I ain't talking about nobody. I'm talking about solely myself and my perspectives on myself and how I want to carry myself in my world and my future for my children that are gonna see this and my husband on the way. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be half naked unless I'm getting $1 million. Then it would make sense because some of y'all do it for free. What you mad at? What you mad at? Don't be mad at me because I have high standards for myself. I don't know. People do. People get mad at you because you don't have the same low standards. But I'd be like, listen, if you ain't never had nothing, you don't want nothing, don't put me in your category. Period.
I got you. You seem like you getting warmed up.
An hour and 40
Seem like
minutes
you're
into the
getting warmed
video.
up right now.
And you're just getting warmed up. Okay. Warmed up off of this raspberry Arizona iced tea. Listen, all I know is if I get a Arizona sponsor brand deal and a guest brand deal, y'all gotta know something.
It
She
might
did
just
her
happen.
job. Okay, cause period.
It might just happen. I don't
Aren't
know
these
what we
cute,
need to.
y'all? In the comments, aren't these cute? These are guests, and I got them for $13. Here's my thing. It's hard for me to buy a name brand. I used to have name brand. Like I told you, I was very Catwoman. I had Louis, Gucci, brand new car in the second month. Go to the lot, pick it. Type of energy in real life. But the thing was, where's your soul? What good is it for a man to gain the world but lose his soul? You know what I'm saying? I don't even want it. I don't even want it. We'll take the long route. We'll take the long route. Still gonna get it.
Nah, definitely. I feel that. I want to make sure we didn't miss anything about you. Is there anything that you would like to tell the people, fans, people who are just seeing you for the first time, your music, anything that we have not discussed tonight that you want to make sure you mention?
Mhm. Well,
This
number
is this is your
one.
opportunity to cook.
Well, number one, I did misspeak in the actual filming of Ready to Love Detroit when I said I asked. So, just on a clarity note, I did not ask any of the men for any money or any massages. I simply stated the facts that I was in an accident and my body was in pain, and two of the men offered to provide it. And the only reason why all three, not all 10 men, but all three were informed or even given the opportunity to offer something was because those were the top three connections, and it would have been unfair to solely pick Devon to be number one without understanding that he was the only one who heard about the needs or the opportunity to be considerate. So, all that to say, I did not ask no man for no money. And they had a whole narrative going around called Cash App Tina. The least y'all could have did was get it right. It's Cash App Ina Lee. That's INALIS. And on a serious note, T in the D is growing, and we are hoping to turn the narrative into a very positive, motivating platform that offers not only insight into the city of Detroit, but also Michigan, and giving all the exciting tea that we come across. So hopefully, y'all will want to support. Y'all got the other cash app. Other than that, stay in an optimal mindset, y'all. Because let me tell you something, the world will try to break you, people will try to break you, the world will attempt to bring you to the level of where they want you. In some senses, people will say the school system guides you in a structure for their narrative, right? Say we were on a show. Who are you in the world? Are you fitting into the status quo and just doing the daily tasks? Because that's cool. But are you being the best at it? You got to decide in your life, are you going to be who you're going to be in your story? Because what I've learned is, if a dog had a baby, it's a puppy. If a cat had a baby, it's a kitten. If God is my father, I am a baby God. And whoever believes that God is our father, we are made in the image of the creator. We are a creator. Our words are so powerful that we are able to form out of them. We who have children understand this even more thoroughly as a creator, that we have created a whole human being out of our bodies. So, with that being the case, I just want to remind everybody to live boldly, live intentionally, live purposefully, live in a way that allows you to be proud of who you are becoming, proud of where you're, with the things that you've done, proud of the places that you left. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it doesn't need anything to change other than your environment. Sometimes it doesn't need anything to change other than the people. Sometimes it does not need anything to change other than the perspective. You get what I'm saying? So do your best to lead an understanding life, because that's the only way you're going to find peace. The people that look different from you, seek to understand them. The people that sound different from you, seek to understand them. The people that are mentally different than you, seek to understand them, because I promise you, the way you treat others will be the way that God will send people to treat you. And the last thing is, do your best to talk to God. Like, for the people that are on the way, the next people coming, I'm gonna just say this few things. One, do your best to pray to God before you go, and pray to God through your journey and through the struggles, because it's gonna come in weird ways. You're gonna hear it in yourself, talking to yourself, and then you're gonna really understand what it is you are needing to do. But even besides that, going on this journey, ask God to help you to be your most self. Before going on this journey, make sure you identify within yourself what is compatible to you. What do you like? What don't you like? Assess your old relationships. See, why didn't this work? Taking full accountability for your part. Your part could just be allowing this man to be in your world too long. But you still have to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Understanding, why did you choose this person? Was it because you liked things that were not good? Why did we like these people? I had to identify the reason why I chose some of the people I chose in my past was because I had a false understanding of what I should be seeking. Because I think I was thinking like worldly when I was younger, thinking like, oh, I should want the things the world tries to highlight as the thing to want. Do your best to run your race, because you don't have to win everybody's race. You don't have to win every day. Only thing you got to do is do your best to win your race. And that's not at your time. So be patient with yourself. It's on God's time. And if you can do that, be patient with yourself, be understanding to yourself and others, I promise you, life is going to be so much better. It will. Because having an optimistic mindset, there's no limits. You're going to create things. We're baby gods.
Yeah, really hard to follow that up. I have one more question or one more ask. Mental health's very near and dear to me. I do have a mental health playlist on my channel. And in one of those videos, I actually had a panel with some of my uh, friends, women, all women, on domestic abuse.
Mm.
I think it was titled Surviving Domestic Abuse. Um, and I'm happy that you're on the other side of that. But for someone who may be in a similar situation to where you were in the past, what would you say to them right now? What kind of advice would you give?
Number one, the first thing that I would tell you, it's okay. You're going to be okay. You will be okay. But you have to make a decision that will allow you to be okay. Right? And that, what I mean by that is, we don't feel like we'll be okay. So we stay in a situation that's not okay. Right? And it just continues to get worse and worse. And we have hope that it'll get better. But we know from the beginning, if they're not showing you what you need to see, then you're going to be begging over and over just to get the little things. Right? So one thing I'm going to tell you is, girl, God love you. God loves you. And even if you feel so insignificant to think that God don't care about you, God love you in real life. And at the point where you woke up again, at the point where you have you have your freedom, that means that your purpose is still there. And as long as you don't give up hope and you talk to God, He's going to guide you to those better moments. Here's the thing. Life is built with moments. We're in a whole bunch of moments all the time, right? This is a moment. This is a great moment. But then if we go to a bad moment, you got to decide, are you going to stay in this bad moment, or are you going to figure out a way to get out of it? People have to believe the person that is showing them who they are. I used to think that what this man showed me was not how he was going to be, because I think he could be better. And I love him so much. My love is so dynamic. It's going to do these amazing things. Here's the thing. Your love is not greater than God's. Let me tell you a funny story. This should help. I met my son's father, my eldest son's father, okay? And in Georgia. Gave me this runaround story. And somehow I took him with me to California when I moved. He ended up doing this crazy stuff, throwing my computer out the window, brand new laptop out the window, because he thought I was taking pictures of myself. Mind you, same man who will be like at the Filipino basketball games looking at me like, oh, you like these men. And I'm like, what men? The men I always see all my life? No, I don't. I would have been with them men. You know what I'm saying? You got to see that when people are questioning you about people that you ain't even looking at, they're already insecure. That's number one. That's a red flag. Oh, you insecure. Because I didn't do nothing for you to think that way. Now, you're going to try to project that onto me. That type of scenario, that get violent. You got to find a very secure man. This man, he threw my laptop out the window. And God, my daddy, everybody told me, the internal walk away was there. My daddy told me, leave him. Don't bring him to California. Leave his ass in Atlanta. I didn't listen. You know what happened? By the time he threw my laptop out, my family wanted to come and handle that. You know what God did? That man was running to head to the car, and a brick wall was there. He turned around and said bye to his friends and knocked his ass out. And when I tell you, he couldn't be mad at nobody but himself, that was God. Because my family would have hurt you, it would have been a war. You know, between your family, my family, and I whole thing. Now, you just got knocked by your damn self. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. Stop trying to fix these men. Stop trying to play God. We got to understand that if these men are not who we need them to be, they still need to grow on their own, because God will give them what they need. If you love that man so much, let him go and pray to God. Pray to God every day for him. Promise you, if he's yours, God will bring him back. If he's not, then you're going to be so grateful that God took away the problem. Because sometimes God attempting to take something away from us is the protection. And if we're going to keep asking to get stabbed, what do you want him to do? We got freedom of choice. If you keep staying in a situation where you know you're unhappy, you know you're begging for things, who want to be a beggar? If your man making you beg, you better find a new man. Girl, what? You know what I'm saying? To those women, love yourself more than you love that man. Period. Period. Exclamation mark. And then love God more than you love yourself, because he going to love you enough for the both of you. That's it.
Indeed. I want to thank you so much. We done got almost 2 hours of Ina Lee.
And what did we even talk
tonight.
about? Okay.
A little bit of everything. I think we saw a lot of you. You
What
know,
y'all think? Did y'all enjoy it? I hope y'all did.
I did. We can't see the comments.
Oh, I
That's
see it. I have it up. One
oh
says,
yeah,
thanks,
that's
Ty,
fine.
to go to Africa. Shout out to go to
Oh
Africa.
hey,
It says, thanks, Ty, for an excellent interview. Have a great evening,
uh-huh.
Ty and Christina.
Oh,
Chantel Springs 111. Shout out, girl. She said, thanks, Christina. Thank
for
you
sure.
guys
If
for your
you could
time.
see, yeah, not to cut you off. If you could see them, let's address some of the chat and thank them. They're still
Well,
here 2 hours
okay.
later.
Oh, Jessica's curious. We love y'all. Listen, it says uh
Hmm.
Diamond. This is DYA. So
Hmm.
Diamond 1033 says Ty has no clue what he's gotten himself into. Listen, he did because he got the headphones on, ready to listen. Cause I be
No, I'm actually in a good place. Actually, y'all got to remember, I'm an Aquarius, so I may not think the same as everyone else. I actually enjoyed the mental stimulation. I'm actually in a great place right
good.
now.
I love that.
Hmm.
And here's the thing. Another thing I want to tell y'all, because people
Hmm.
don't really understand this. Like, we have to give hugs. Hugs is that human to human interaction without sexual relations or intentions behind it that allows people to feel connected, right? Past the handshake, because the handshake's very like business. I know COVID kind of slowed it down, but hugs are really a transfer of energy, right? And if you think about it, unless you got a family member, excuse me, unless you got a family member, a child, or a girlfriend or boyfriend, who's giving you a hug? My family at one point never used to hug. I was tired of that. I was so intentional giving everybody a hug. They felt so awkward. It's even more awkward now because I read somewhere that says if you hug somebody for 8 seconds, you're transferring energy. And I always attempt to like hug with a smile, like, because now you're getting some of my energy. And it's so funny because I feel like if you intentionally hug for 8 seconds, they looking like, what is going on? So I have to tell them like, okay, just hold on, give me my 8 seconds, or to get some good energy. But if you think about it, I I at my government job. Oh y'all, I got a real job, y'all, like a real job, like government. Got to get your not like what is it called? Not like I don't know
Nah, is it cleared?
what's
You
cleared.
cleared, meaning like a clearance?
Yes, I have to have government credentials. Y'all can't just walk in our area at all. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, very very high credentials. Well, I don't want to say high credentials, but the level of security is high level security for certain. Um. So oh, I was there, right? And 8 years in, so this isn't a new thing. She's diligent, y'all. But it was crazy how I haven't seen a lot of these people because I come in for my seasons, right? So this is my season time. And I hadn't seen a lot of these folks. So I'm giving hugs and they're older people too, like older men, older women, just like a lot of, but you can tell they're like single, or if they are with somebody, they might not be a hugger or something. Because I'm giving hugs, they were like, oh my God, you know what I just realized? It's been a minute since I had a hug. And that I was like, "What?" And that's a reality for people. And that's a sad reality, right? Because even if you got a friend, if you got a family, you have these people, but if they're not huggers, it's like, dang, who's hugging you? Unless you're in love with somebody, and then it's like, damn, now you don't even want to hug them if they're not being nice. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's a
Mm-hmm.
conditional hug.
Mm-hmm. Like a transaction.
The temperature got to be right.
Right. What else we got? Anything else you want to address from the comments?
Oh, look, that's so sweet. Chantel Springs 111 said this was the most uplifting interview today. Oh,
Oh.
Damon 10, I hope I'm saying that right.
Mm-hmm.
1033 says, no, she was definitely dropping gems. Ah, see, they
Oh,
didn't mind I
yeah.
was talking so much.
Put that in the comments, please. I'm
I
just
love y'all.
requesting if
Thank
y'all
you.
could put that in a comment because I'm not able to see the chat.
Mm.
That would be my only request. Thank y'all for the kind words. I
Yeah,
do
and thank y'all for y'all
appreciate it.
time and your attention and y'all energy because this was so nice. He was like, I don't really address the negative comments. And I was like, but there aren't any. Nice. Oh, look, lovely, so lovely. Couture, excuse me, y'all.
Mhm, mhm.
1543 said, I'm enjoying it. I like it when she busts out in the song. I love it. Somebody told me they was like, "Oh, this is disturbing." I had sang on one of my things. They was like, "This is
Mhm.
disturbing." I was like, "It's
I don't think
okay."
so at
Click.
all.
I'm like, "Click away."
Yeah, I feel like if I can create a space where you are comfortable enough to bust out in song, then we
Oh,
doing
because
something
you know
right
what? It's
over
just
here,
there.
you know?
Like in my mind, I
Yeah.
think that if I take it too seriously, I'm gonna start getting weird about you,
Mhm.
you know. But when you just
Yeah.
know it's there, it's like, oh, hey, Jesus loves us, you know, it's just
Uh-huh.
there. Oh, she says, I really hope she's saying so many beautiful things that I really pray I'm saying
Mhm.
her name right.
Mhm.
Because it's DYA. Is that Dia? Diamond? Or is it Diamond? Or am I supposed first off, it got a whole diamond in front of it. So it's supposed to say diamond. Okay, Diamond 1033 says, yeah, never stop being you because you're a blessing to somebody. I love that. And not everybody is, right? If you
Mhm.
choose to be. Like there's people who
Mhm.
live unintentionally without purpose in this world, and that's the problem. You get unaccountable factors, you get a lot of variables that are unaccountable to where your life tends to be in chaos. But when you got order, when you got purpose, when you got direction, you only align yourselves with people who are aligned. That's why y'all saw me like, listen, if you're not compatible, then respectfully. That's what I told him, right? Along those lines. Even with Vince, they try to make me look like the monster, but I'm like, listen, Vince, if you're not willing to give me what my daddy's been giving my mama for their 40 years now, you know, what are we doing here? I don't want it. You know? I mean, there was some liquor in that mix, but so I said a little raw and rough, but
It was definitely there. We got that clip if you want to see it.
no, because they had me
You was
looking
talking about
like
licking
auntie.
necks. I think you was talking about licking
I
necks and
mean, listen, you can complain if you want to. Cause listen, I was not saying that none of these men could have got their necks licked, but I was basically saying, let me tell you, with the right man, with the right smell you, and with the right character, you know, right conversations, it'll make you wanna. And I'm not saying I would, but it would make you wanna lick their neck. Make like, I ain't gonna make that motion. Never mind, never mind. I'm gonna have add all of that.
no, I wasn't crying in the Instagram story
He was touched. He was
this
touched in his
morning.
heart.
Yeah. All right. I honestly think we're good. If there's no other
No,
comments that you see that you want to address, I want to thank you for joining me, everyone that's here uh, right now. I appreciate you. If you could hear my voice right now, then I appreciate you. There's a lot of work that goes into putting all this stuff together and the back and forth and getting the images and stuff.
oh yeah, we had a lot of, and then y'all listen. I'm not even as tech savvy as I have been made to be. You know, to run T and
Mhm,
D. I'm not that tech savvy, but I'm learning to be. And it's so
mhm,
funny because I was like, "Hey, chat, how do you link your Instagram? How do you link your
mhm.
YouTube?" We did it though. It happened. We did it.
Yeah.
But thank y'all
But yeah,
all so much for tuning in. I'm so grateful that y'all I'm so grateful for all the good feedback. I'm really grateful for y'all time and attention. And I really hope that y'all will check out any of the digital downloads on iTunes or any major download platform site, INA space LIS. And if you're having a hard time, type in either Winner's Music, or You, because I got a whole Lover's Day album entitled You. Y'all gonna love that one. Um, and oh, and T and the D, make sure y'all subscribe, please. I got a lot of good things coming, some performances coming, just a lot of, I'm gonna give you guys some energy.
all right. And if they need the lyrics for Sandman, because they're currently not there, but they're there for a lot of
Oh,
the other songs, I can send them to you because I had a transcribe. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what I like to do because I'm a little techie, I'm a little nerdy. I said, tell me what these lyrics
Oh my gosh, I
really
love it.
mean and are saying. And you should do that for some of your
Some of the
songs.
songs.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
you really
break it
be able
down
to
for
see some
them.
growth and all that. Yeah.
Well, I had to get my site back up, but on IamEnalee.com, I give the whole like built out story of where each song came from. And
Okay, that's what's
Sandman
up.
talks, yeah, it talks about
That's
the
what's up.
relationships that I had, some the ex that told me I wasn't gonna be great. I'm a winner.
Mhm.
That's where winner came from. Don't push me to write a song about it. Listen, I had an ex. I had an ex guy that was dealing with, and he made me so mad because don't play like you want to be in a real relationship and then play with my energy and my emotions. So my song, because I don't get mad, I write songs. My song was, I wanna write a love song, but all these suck. They be pushing all they luck, feeling like they for the streets now. I wanna write a love song, but all these suck. They be So I guess I gotta give you up. Guess I gotta let you go now. Ran out of time like I paid for it. Should have stuck to my guns, man. Wait for it. Now you big man on campus like you just him. Looking at my, oh my God, I can't remember all of these words. It was so old, but it was good, and it was making it be like, none of these people are going to hurt me. You're going to make great music is what you're going to do. So watch what you do because you might make me very rich off of your like painful moment.
Mm. Did we just catch a second and third win?
And what?
That's
Another song? Oh, of the podcast. He said, "Well, keep the podcast, and if said you a singer, why don't you sing something then?" Said, "Nights like this, I
I'll
always
just put more ice in
reach
my
out for
shaker and
fall."
let you cook.
Say that. Yeah, I can laugh all day in real life. But no, I am so grateful that we had this opportunity. And maybe next time you'll come on Tina D and let me get to know about
Yeah.
Mr. Tyrone Wilson.
I don't know if the people's is ready, but I'm
Oh,
open.
they're ready. They're ready.
I'm
Listen, they
open.
tune in. They tune in all the time to hear you tell everybody about everyone else. It's
Uh-huh.
time to get the focus on Mr. Ty Wilson. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Y'all
I
heard
try to
that?
put yeah, I try to put some stuff out there on my channel. There's some revealing things about me. And hopefully if you watch a few videos, you'll say that's a guy that has put in the work.
Yeah, no, I
When they
have.
talking
I could
about
definitely see
the
that.
work, then yeah, definitely yeah. But yeah,
I really
I'm willing.
commend you for like I was watching The Caregiver, you going into details about you being a caregiver and all these different
Mhm.
details. And when I tell you it requires a lot. So it says a lot about your heart posture, your character, and the level of consideration that you have just in general, right? My a family member of mine, an older family member of mine, ended up with dementia. And this is why I know like mental health is serious. Okay? Like when they can't even remember how to wipe themselves, where are you? Are you going to be there for these people? You know what I'm saying? Or are you going to talk about them? Because I know that for our family, one of our family members, we actually had to be there. You know what I'm saying? I got to see firsthand the devastation of a family from the deteriorating mind. So it just I understand the most valuable, and this is hey y'all. If you think I said anything today that was valuable, take this with you, and I promise you, you'll change your world. The most valuable asset we own is thinking. You can have time and money, but if you don't know how to utilize it, it's a waste. You
Yeah.
gotta think properly. And I didn't even first off, did y'all know that some people are taught how to learn? I thought I was just dumb sometimes, like growing up, because I didn't know how to comprehend certain things sometimes. But nope, nope. There's actually, and that's a lie. I never had a comprehension understanding. It was a retention. It was a retention issue, like trying to remember everything. You know what I'm saying? But there are ways to be taught how to remember. There's ways to be taught how to study. You know what I'm saying? And that is where you understand how vast your mind can be if you were given the right tools, if you fed it the right the right things. Now you can navigate not only through that moment, now you can navigate through the world.
Yeah.
What I tell my sons, oh, okay.
No,
What I
go ahead. Nope,
what
you
I
go ahead.
thank you. What I tell my sons is, you will be great. God made you to be great. I'm great. You're my children, so you will be great. The only thing that will stop you from living out your greatness is you, and a lack of control of yourself, or lack of control of emotions. Because here's the thing, it's some good men in prison who, in a moment, couldn't control their emotions, made a bad decision. Now they have to live with for the rest of their lives, right? Can't undo that. So you have to be very diligent in controlling your emotions so you can ensure the outcome of your livelihood. There are rich, wealthy men who crumble at the hands of their own from lack of control of emotion and self control. So this is the key you gotta keep in mind for a successful life: self control, control of emotions, and and thinking properly.
Indeed,
I think I,
I'm no, indeed, I'm definitely ready. Uh, I'm actually on my second caretaker journey right now with my father, and
saw that.
he, spinal meningitis, so some short memory is gone, and we have to
Mm.
relive once or twice a week when he asks questions about my mom and all that. So he experiences it for the first time
Have you ever saw that
regularly.
movie? The
Which one?
movie the movie where they create a video that replays whenever they have questions and stuff, and then you can just replay the memories, the pictures, the videos, and
No,
like a voice.
I've done all
Oh yeah.
that. I've done all
Oh,
that. I
okay.
have a voice profile of my
Oh.
mom, and then I use the profile to use her voice profile to create bedtime stories for my
It's so
daughter and my nieces.
beautiful.
So she reads them bedtime stories.
I love
So
that.
yeah,
That's
I've
really
done
cool.
all the things.
Yeah.
I'm ready to chop it up. We're actually doing a mental health panel that we're gonna try to do on Wednesdays. We had got some of the fellas from the panel together, but we wanted it to be inclusive.
Yeah, if you
So
want to
be on the
add
lookout
me
for that.
into the event, I would love to. Because let me tell you, I love the mind, and that's why I talk so
Hmm.
much. I think because my mind is always running.
Hmm.
It's running everywhere, but in positive ways on all the lanes.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, so this is gonna sound crazy, but if it happens, when it happens, y'all gonna know right here on Tyrone Wilson's podcast. I said it. Well, this ain't the first time I said it, but y'all heard it. I feel like God is gonna have me help heal the world, not in the way of anything other than helping people to understand that the perspective is the only thing that needs to change in order for the actions to change. You know what I'm saying? And when you have that, and then God gives you a level of influence to where you are now pointing everybody to God. You know what I'm saying? How many times do we talk about God in this conversation? If you don't know God, you about to go find out who he is. You know what I'm saying? So for
Hmm.
me, if in my continual conversation, my continual effort of action is focused on a resemblance of God, and that don't mean I'm perfect, y'all. Y'all hear me cursing, y'all see this. But on my journey of growth, by the time I get to where God has me to be, I will be greater. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably be less. All the bad language might get pulled out of me. The bad habits might get pulled out of me. You never know the level of greatness God has for you unless you keep going. My uncle, God rest his soul, said to me, "The only way you lose is if you quit. Are you gonna quit, or are you gonna win whenever it's your time to win?" Don't ever let me say last thing, because I listen. I would say 1,000
We
more.
are we gonna need a part two? We could do a
We
part two,
can.
part three. I
I
come
love to
on
talk
T
about
and
the
the D,
mind.
chop it up. We just have one specific. Well, I know it's not gonna be one specific topic, but we'll have a general
Oh, you know what?
topic, and then
We
we
should
chop it
have.
up.
It just sparked a thought. We should have a topic on dating I want to actually, I'm gonna submit something to own in a minute. But I have a really great dating idea concept. And I think that the reason, okay, so my genius friend, right? He's also a billionaire. Check him out, Walter O'Brien, Scorpion. Show him some love. However, he told me that they have this whole that he has sent out a whole study, got a study done at some major college or something like that, that helped to identify how to have a successful marriage. And in this study, for me, I'm like, dang, you got all, because they said about 95% of marriages don't work, right? And in this study, he says that all of these major intelligent folks got together and came up with the remedy, the solution to how marriage could work. It consisted of multiple people in that marriage, right? So I asked him, I said, you got all them people to help you figure out why 95% of marriages aren't working? Well, you can just ask me. I'll tell you why. I said they're not working because no marriage is supposed to be the same. I said at the point where everybody is attempting to live this ideal marriage that was set by some image from some person for their marriage, and then everyone else wanted to follow suit as if that was the way that marriages were to be solely and completely. If the marriage bed is undefiled, then that means your marriage can be different from their marriage. You get what I'm saying? In the Philippines, I mean, in Africa, Africa's marriages are different from Arabian marriages. Arabian marriages are different from um other marriages. And I'm not gonna throw a whole bunch of races, but what I
Hmm.
mean to say is the problem is not that you need multiple people in your marriage. The problem is you need a partner who has the compatible vision for marriage that you do. And I don't know if enough people are having those real tough conversations that they just jump down my throat about having. Because on the show, I was having some real conversations. What we talking about? We talking about finances. What we talking about? We're talking about character. You know what I'm saying? We talking about subconscious thoughts. If we're not talking about all the things that matter, what are we talking about? Surface conversations about how you feel, what you want to do to me, where you want to put something where? I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want a real relationship, you're not going to have real conversations. If you really value somebody, you're going to make those conversations happen. And hopefully with grace. Hopefully with an open ear of understanding and identifying, well, if if it don't sit well, if it don't sit right, you might not be mine.
Yeah. Want to hear my thoughts on how to fix a
Please.
lot of relationships and how to have better marriages?
Yes.
Tell every man in the world to go and hug their mom. Not for the 8 seconds. The Ina Lee minimum. Go and fix that relationship with your mom, or else you'll never have another successful relationship in life.
But here's the thing. Let me just say something on that. It's not always about that. Because let me tell you something. Sometimes the mom is the bad example. And now they're just
No,
following.
no, I understand that. And there's also a lot of resentment. So when I say go and hug them, go and embrace the fact that your mom may have been a negative influence on you, but still forgive her for making that happen, and then forgive yourself for allowing that to affect you. Do you know what I mean?
I
Because
will
it's
definitely
okay if
agree.
it affected you. You know.
I will definitely agree that forgiveness is a key factor in growth. If you can't forgive, it's hard to let go. And a lot of our upbringing is a major impact on, I won't say who we would become, but how we move while we're becoming who we become.
See, we gonna need a whole nother. we gonna need a whole,
You don't
we
agree?
gonna need a whole nother time slot because this could get deep. This could get deep.
It
This is
can.
actually part of this topic was actually part of my journey on the show. So I'm well versed.
Well, no, so here's the thing. Um, that's like saying every girl from will be successful if they hug their dad, right?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying my opinion on fixing a lot of the relationships which could lead to marriage is to start
with
on
mom.
the guy, yeah, with the
Hmm.
guy's point of view, because the way that they see their mate, respect their mate, enjoy the vulnerability of a mate, like it's and the fact that I was able to experience that like with my mom, it's life changing. And I feel like that's something that every man should experience. Now, for women, I'm not well versed,
To have love
on that.
unconditionally from a woman, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is a lot of men do not have good relationships with their mom.
Mm.
And it transfers over to, you know, relationships that don't work with women because the things that help a relationship work, you're not willing to do with your mom.
Hmm.
So it's not going to happen with your mate. Do you know what I mean?
So I do, and I agree that your parental can truly impact how you interact with the world and people in it, right? Because that same thing could be said for women and their fathers. If you get with your father and like I have a great relationship with my daddy. I love my daddy. Everybody on that show know my daddy the man. I went on every platform anywhere who would let me tell them my daddy the man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why my husband got to be the man. You know, for me, even if the father and the daughter had a relationship, but the father showed a lot of bad examples, she would know how to have unconditional love, but she would also either, remember this, the two eyes, influence an example, she'll be seeking to have the father role that is like her dad, even if he has bad traits, right? Or you're inspired to, I love my daddy, but I don't want nobody like him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but not to get too deep, right? There could be instances where you learn to survive in a negative environment that your dad created because you're used to that environment. You know how to live in that environment. That environment becomes subconsciously uh,
Your comfort zone.
comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
you are going to find another guy that's similar to your dad who
Almost.
put you in a similar place full of negativity. But since that's what you're used to, you know how to navigate that. It,
Or you seek it out because that's what you're used to.
yes, you know how to live in that space.
Yeah, you want to fill that
So yeah, yeah,
void.
yeah. Yeah.
So
We
I
could,
under yeah, yeah, we understand the same thing for certain because
yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
I said, I've been somewhere in that space a little bit. You can't allow chaos unless you've been in chaos.
Yeah.
In a space to where you felt it was comfortable. Like it's like a Karen. I.e. Karen, right? Karen, if she go in a loud neighborhood and that's dramatic, but we're used to loud dramatic neighborhoods. Ah! You know what I'm saying? But if she were to go into her neighborhood, she's what she's expecting, right? But if we were to go into a neighborhood where we're used to chaos, it would feel uncomfortable. It's too quiet. It's too this. It's too that. It ain't
Yeah.
like what we used to. But that's just
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what it is on the other side. It's just
Yeah.
not the same. So that's why you had those dramatics.
Yeah.
And that's where we got to get to the point where that level of understanding comes in. Remember I said the only way to have peace is by having understanding. Like at the government job, I be hearing these like foreigners speak in their language, and the Americans are some one time it was like this
I
American
need to
help
put the
who
banner. I need to put the banner up.
what?
We have a banner, and it's gonna say the views and opinions expressed by Ina Lee are those of Ina Lee and Ina Lee alone.
What
You start
part?
talking. You start talking about these foreigners and what they be speaking.
Oh no. What I was saying, no, it's not, I'm a foreign. Well, I'm not. I'm from a foreign family. Why would you be talking about foreigners in a bad way? No, I'm saying they were speaking their language because they came to America, so they are foreigners. So I'm just speaking facts. When they came, they were speaking their language, and one of the American people, they were attempting to assist them, but the other one were trying to mock them because they didn't understand them, like because they had a very thick accent. But girl, my aunties, my grandma had a very thick accent at a point, so instead of mocking or being irritated, I'm all like, oh, let me see if I can help. And that's the mentality that, oh, it's different than what I'm used to, but let me see if I can understand it versus, ugh, this is not what I'm used to. Why am I trying to have to understand her? There's a different perspective in how to handle people. And that is the part that you don't have to recognize or be familiar with this to want to understand it and be kind to it. And that's the part that when it comes to whatever you had, like with whatever the relationship that you had with your parents, it don't got to be the same as what you're having. It can feel different. And that's the part. People don't want to feel uncomfortable, but in that uncomfortable, you find some growth.
Indeed. Let's set up another.
Yeah,
let's set up another segment. Let's set up a part 2. It could be on T or T and the D, wherever you prefer.
Oh, and we're gonna have
Let me know.
Have some relationship conversations.
We can do it all.
Yeah, we're gonna have some real conversations for the world, not just ready to love. We're gonna tap into the minds, the hearts, the souls, the energies, all of it.
Because I peep some red flags.
And me?
No. I mean, we'll talk about it. Let's set something up, everybody.
I'll talk a little too much. I'll be late, y'all. We're still thinking. I might be it, y'all. I might be.
Yes. Let's be on the lookout, y'all. Subscribe to Eneli's YouTube.
Yeah,
here,
it's coming up.
So you could be notified and you don't miss nothing.
You see that? The QR code up there.
This is enjoyable. We was able to flow and go. Really, I just let Ina cook and speak her mind. It's really easy.
Very.
All right. So y'all have a good night.
God bless y'all. Bye for now.
Y'all also.
Thank you so much again.